Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Dooley Center virtual open house. We're very excited that you're here today. I'm Kathy Maroney. I'm the director of the Dooley Center, and I have some staff here. I'd like to introduce to you. I have a preschool teacher, Renee Delkoff. I have our lead caregiver here, Melissa Vanderhagen, and Julie Snarski, our administrative assistant. We are here to help answer any questions that you have during our virtual open house. I'd like to get started. I have a slideshow to start with. It's about 9 minutes long, and it's going to talk about our Dooley programs, some of the health and safety measures that we've been taking, how to register for tuition preschool. So sit back and relax and enjoy our slideshow, and then we will answer any questions that you have. If you have some questions, you can go ahead and put those questions in the, I think there's a question spot where you can put them, and we will answer them after our slideshow. Okay, let's get this started. Welcome to the Dooley Center. We have a variety of programs at the Dooley Center for our little learners. We have preschool programs for 3 and 4-year-olds, an early childhood care program for 3 to 5-year-olds, a Young Fives program called DK, and our Toddle Time program for those children 18 to 36 months. Let's learn a little more about our preschool programs.
I'm Renee Delkoff. As a preschool teacher, we translate research and theory into developmentally appropriate practice every day. We are a play-based center. Play is an essential part of a preschool child's learning. Skills through a purposeful, productive, high-level play program are verbalization, vocabulary, language comprehension, problem solving, observation, empathy, imagination, assuming another's perspective, using symbols, and learning to cooperate with others. There are 4 areas of content: language and literacy. A central goal is to introduce young children to the power and pleasure of literacy. Cognitive, to expand beyond literal meanings and enable them to use materials and their imaginations to explore abstract ideas. Physical, children develop their gross motor skills as they run, jump, swing, hop, slide, and climb. These activities allow children to take risks and try new skills. Social and emotional, being able to regulate their emotions and behaviors. Participates cooperatively and constructively in group situations and promote independence. Being independent is a skill that we work on daily. To take care of one's own needs, such as proper hand washing and personal hygiene. To be able to listen to instructions and be attentive. Be able to communicate their feelings effectively, such as anger, joy, and frustration. Be able to concentrate on and persist at challenging tasks. To be confident, friendly, and develop good relationships with adults and peers. Sample of a daily schedule. We greet children and take attendance. Calendar provides the opportunity for counting, patterning, left to right progression as a precursor to reading. Also story time, listening to stories. Children are able to do projects or go along with stories, being able to retell stories, participating in the story, and making their own books. Study themes are planned areas to integrate lessons for all content areas. Centers can be child-led or teacher-led. Social or free time promotes positive participation in activities that the child wants to do with a variety of materials that are
Sorry, 1 second.
Made available. Gross motor. We have 3 areas available to use. In the gym, we have bikes, balls, hula hoops, and scooters. The exercise room provides child-sized gym equipment, stepping stones, and rocking horses. And of course, outside, fresh air, climbers, slides, swings, and rockers. Music and movement and finger plays. Music naturally delights and interests children. It provides an outlet for children and gives a creative energy outlet for some children. Finger plays provide fine motor skills and recall skills.
Fraser Public Schools and the Dooley Center have put into place many health and safety measures to comply with the state of Michigan and CDC guidelines for COVID. Each day, our parents and staff are asked to fill out a health assessment tool. We have been taking the children's temperatures daily, and we also provide masks to our staff and children if needed. Our staff has done a fantastic job keeping the rooms clean and sanitized. These and other safety protocols have created a healthy and safe environment for our students and staff. We like to bring fun and educational programs to the Dooley Center. In the past, we have had gymnastics set up in the gym. The firefighters come to teach the children about fire safety and to check out their cool fire truck. The critter guy brought some of his fluffy, furry, and creepy animals. We also have had family fun night, where families can eat, be entertained, children can play games, win prizes, and just have a fantastic night. Because of COVID restrictions, we were not able to have these programs this year, but we plan to bring these programs back as soon as we are given the okay. When you register for one of our early childhood programs, you are part of our Dooley family. Let me tell you about some of the other early childhood programs we have at the Dooley Center. Our early childhood care program is for those children 3 to 5 years old. It is open from 6:30 in the morning until 6 p.m. This program gives children the opportunity to enrich their social skills and supplement their preschool learning. When you register for this program, you must provide a schedule of the days and times needed. Our littlest learners are in our Toddle Time class. These children are 18 to 36 months. This program is for toddlers and a parent or caregiver to participate together. Children in this class will participate in art, story time, music and movement, and free play. Our Focus 4 preschool program is funded by the state of Michigan through the Great Start Readiness program. It is a free program for those that qualify. Children must be 4 by September 1st. The class meets Monday through Thursday. The class meets in the morning or the afternoon. You can get more information about this program by calling our office or talking to our Focus 4 teacher. The DK program are for those young 5-year-olds who are kindergarten age and may benefit from an additional year of learning before entering kindergarten. Let me walk you through how to register for our tuition preschool programs and our early childhood care. Please start by going to the Fraser Public Schools website at gotofraser.com. At the Select School tab, choose Dooley Little Learners Center. When you scroll down to News and Updates, you will see Ready, Set, Register. This is where you go to register for our tuition preschool and early childhood care programs. To find out more about our Dooley programs, please click on the Dooley Programs tab at the top and then Preschool. This is also where you will find more information about our tuition preschool rates. Registration for our tuition programs is a 3-step process. The first step is to schedule an appointment to turn in the paperwork. The link to schedule an appointment can be found on our website. At this appointment, please bring all of the documentation needed to register. You can find these forms on our website, or if you prefer, you can pick up a copy at the Dooley Center. The second step is to complete our online registration. The link to this registration will be emailed to you when it becomes available. The third step is to review our Little Learner's Handbook found on our website or in the office at the Dooley Center. Our office staff will be looking forward to meeting you. Please contact us if you have any questions. We hope your family will join us and be part of the Dooley family, where we can work together to help your child develop a positive self-image and a positive attitude towards learning in school.
Well, I hope you enjoyed our slideshow. If you have any questions about our programs, this is the time we can answer those questions. And we have our staff here to help with those answers. And let's see what we have. After we answer some questions for you, then I will be sending out an email with the links to all of that information about registration that I shared in the slideshow. And we also are recording this open house and the slideshow, so that will be on our website. So you will be able to review that again if you'd like. Ms. Ledford. Hi, Ms. Ledford is our communications director, and she is going to help us with those questions.
We just had a couple of questions. How early should parents register for one of the programs?
Great question. Registration, you can sign up to turn in that paperwork right now. That link is on our website, so you can start that registration now.
And then I know you showed the slide, but how much is the registration?
The registration fees, Ms. Snarsky? You have to unmute.
Registration fees are $60, and we require the final month's tuition at registration time. So it depends on what program you're registering for.
Thank you.
And is there a 5-day-a-week program that isn't the Focus 4 program? And then also, is there a latchkey or after-school program?
We have a 4-year-old 5-day-a-week program. So it's in the morning or afternoon. And we do have childcare available. So childcare is available from 6 a.m. until 6:30. So you can register for a before and after for childcare if you're going before and after preschool. Did that answer those questions?
I think so. How fast does registration fill up? Like, should parents be worried it's going to be closed tomorrow, or do they have a little bit of time?
That's a wonderful question. We have had them fill up before. Usually morning classes fill up pretty fast, but I don't know. It depends. This coming year may be different than other years. We're not sure. So registering early, getting that done is important, just to make sure you have the program that you want. And if you wanted AM or PM, it's a good idea to register early.
Are class sizes reduced due to COVID restrictions?
This year we had reduced class sizes. Our ratio is for through licensing is a 1 to 12 for 4-year-olds, but we usually go below that. We have 2 teachers in the classroom, a teacher and assistant teacher, and we usually stay below that 1 to 12 ratio for the 4-year-olds and 1 to 10 for 3-year-olds, and we usually stay below that ratio.
Do the students have to wear a mask while they're at school?
This year, the children did have to wear masks, and we follow the guidelines that licensing tells us we need to follow. So if that is something that we need to do, then we definitely will follow those guidelines.
Are parents able to pick their teacher?
Parents, when they sign up, in the past, they have been able to pick their teacher. This year, we're not certain just yet who's going to be teaching which programs. So we ask that you sign up for a program. You sign up for the one that you would like, the time frame that you would like, morning or afternoon, and then we will let you know which teacher is available closer to the time school starts. If you do have a preference, you can let us know your preference, and we will take note of that.
If students do morning preschool and then they stay for the childhood care afterwards, are they served lunch?
You want to take that, Melissa?
Yes, we do have a hot lunch for them, and we don't let them go without a lunch. We make sure that they do have one if they don't, but they usually bring one. A lot of the kids bring their own lunch, but if they don't bring one, then we do give them one.
Okay. Can you go over the tuition rates again?
Let's see. I will put up that slide for the tuition rates. And then we also have the rates on our website, but I will put that up so you can take a peek at that.
It was there for a minute.
Here we go. Do you see it?
Yes.
Okay. So yes, we have for our 3-year-old Tuesday, Thursday class. Oops.
Registration for our tuition programs.
Sorry. So it's $120 for our 3-year-old Tuesday, Thursday class, and the 4-year-old Tuesday, Thursday class. The 4-year-old Monday, Wednesday, Friday is $150. The 4-year-old 5-day a week is $260. Total time is $12 a session, and early childhood care is $5.25 an hour.
Registration for our tuition.
Okay.
And I'll make sure when I send out the recording to include that flyer with the tuition rates on it. One of the questions was, do we do any work with the students that have developmental delays when they come in for preschool?
Well, we do have a referral system. So if the teachers notice that there's any delays or something that we would like to take note of, they let us know, and we have people in the building who can come and do some observation and let us know any strategies that we can do and if we need to do any more referrals.
We had a couple of questions about the birthday cutoff. So for a 3-year-old preschool program or even the 4-year-old preschool program, when do they need to be 3 or 4 by?
It's September 1st is our cutoff. For our 4-year-old program, we do have a waiver that is available, but first a child would have to do an assessment and see if they're ready for that 4-year-old program. So September 1st is the cutoff, and just as kindergarten is also September 1st, and it goes to December if they have a waiver. And we recommend 4-year-old program after the assessment.
Mrs. Maroney,
Yes,
just a reminder, the waiver is not accepted with Focus 4.
that is correct. Focus 4 is September 1st cutoff, and they do not accept waivers.
Do you accept any CDC assistance for preschool, and also is there a full day option for 3-year-olds?
So CDC assistance is accepted in our early childhood care program. Our bookkeeper does take care of handling that, and they would just have to let her know. But it's not for our preschool programs. And for 3-year-olds, we have our Tuesday, Thursday class, and we have before and after in childcare, or those days that they don't go to preschool, they can go to our early childhood care program.
If a parent does not live within the Fraser School District, do they need to fill out a separate form for attending Dooley, or are there any restrictions on attending Dooley?
It depends on the program. Our tuition preschool programs, they do not have to fill anything out. If it's a program such as DK, they may have to fill something out. Is that right, Ms. Snarsky?
DK, Focus 4, early childhood special ed, they all require residency requirements. Focus 4, they can live they can live within Macomb County. Am I correct on that?
Yes.
All right. And what is the difference between the 4-year-old tuition preschool and the 4-year-old Focus 4 class?
Focus 4 is a state grant funded program through the Great Start Readiness Program. It's a free program for those that qualify based on income. So that runs Monday through Thursday, and they have an AM and an afternoon. So you would be able to go either morning or afternoon. And our tuition programs, there is tuition. So you do have to pay for that program, and those, we have a variety of options for the days, 5-day-a-week program, or a 3-day-a-week program, or a 2-day-a-week program.
And just to clarify terminology, early childhood care is the same as latchkey or SAC at the elementary level. Yes.
It's our daycare program. So it's not exactly the same. We don't have the same tuition rates, and the licensing for our program is a little bit different than it is for a latchkey or SAC program.
One of the questions we have is, what should I consider when choosing between a 4-year-old preschool or DK Young 5 program?
Well, the age of the child, because DK is a kindergarten age child. So a child that is 5, and so that would make a difference with the 4-year-old program. The 4-year-old program is for those 4-year-olds. So the DK program is for a child that may need just an extra year before they start. They can work on their social emotional skills, maybe some of those early literacy and math skills that they need to work on before kindergarten. And those are all skills that we work on in preschool. So, but it's an age, depends on their age.
Are the students expected to wear their masks all the time, or are there times where they can have a mask break?
That's a great question. The kids do wear their masks. Ms. Delkoff, do you want to talk about that, about when the kids wear their masks?
Sure, I can do that. We started our preschool programs this year, last October, and since last October, the children in our 3-year-old program and 4-year-old programs have worn their masks the entire time during class. No one has had an issue. We do have some that are ill-fitting because of, their small faces, or, their ears might not be as big too. So all we say is, we see your nose, push it up, but there has been no issues with them not wanting to wear a mask or giving us a hard time. I think it's just more adults, and it's something that we all need to get used to. They see an adult wear a mask. When they've gone to the dentist, the hygienist, the dentist, they all wear masks. Your parent is in the medical field, they've seen it on TV now. There's books out like Sesame Street and different shows that are now focusing on showing books and shows that the kids are wearing their mask. So honestly, from day one, we have not had any issues with the children wearing masks. My children, when we go outside, we do hang our mask on a clothesline that we have outside, so they do get some fresh air. In the gym, I keep the door open. If they need a break, they can, pull it down if they need to, but not one child has complained. And between my 3 sessions, I have 30 children this year and not one. So it's not a big deal.
All right, if a child has food allergies, do they provide those details at registration, or will they need to get a 504 plan in place?
We have a spot on the registration form, and if you go through the link, our registration form is on there. We also ask that parents send in a medical form that they answer for us, that gives you opportunity to let us know medical conditions, allergies, and things like that. We want to be well informed.
Right, and we let our teachers know who has those allergies.
Will you be offering the Flex program in the fall?
We don't have the Flex program anymore. We have the 5-day-a-week 4-year-old program in the morning or the afternoon.
Are the prices or the tuition different for non-Fraser District residents?
No.
All right. And you said that child care programs would need to be, the early childhood care would need to be scheduled in advance. How much notice would the schedule need to be given if you have a job where you only get your schedule for a couple of weeks or a month at a time?
So the bookkeeper takes those schedules, and those are given at least a week in advance. You would prepay for the days that you are scheduled to attend.
We have a question from a DK parent that has already registered for DK, which is great. How soon will they start receiving information about the upcoming school year?
So I'm assuming for kindergarten, going into kindergarten?
They're going into DK.
Oh, going into DK. Okay. Well, we send out information in August, letting them know, or at the end of August, letting them know their teacher and the information about what they'll need for the first days. So that usually comes out before school, so right before school starts at the end of August.
Can I just add that make sure that the parent knows they have to pre-register for a screening test called the Burgance that is going to be given in June. So you can sign up for DK and kindergarten, but both of those programs need a screener done first. It's just an extra tool for the school district and for parents to make sure their child is placed in the right program.
Yes, and that information is on the district website under DK kindergarten registration information that people can sign up right now for those, for the DK and kindergarten program.
We have a question. If their child is going to be 4 in October, is there a waiver that they would be able to sign and have them attend the 4-year-old preschool program, or would they need to either do the 3-year-old preschool and wait a year?
What we do is we schedule an assessment, the Brigance, for the 4-year-olds, and we give a recommendation of what, after taking the Brigance, if they would be ready for that 4-year-old program. And then there is a waiver that's available if we give that recommendation.
Is there any spots open for early childhood care now instead of waiting until September? Would they be able to register and start coming for the remainder of this school year?
Right now, we have very limited spots, and they're only available for our current families that are in a program at Dooley right now.
We got a question about, can you talk a little bit about pick up and drop off? Are siblings allowed to come in with the parents to drop off? And how does that work?
So we changed our pickup and drop off to be outside. So parents come to the door and the teacher meets them at the door. And then the teacher and assistant teacher bring the children in to the building. For drop off, it depends and pick up, it depends how old the sibling is. We want to make sure that children are safe when they leave, and our licensing rule, we do have licensing rules about how old the person has to be to release them. So they need to be 18 in order for us to release them.
They also have to be on a pickup list on the registration for pickup.
Absolutely.
Anybody that is coming to pick up needs to be on that pickup list for us. We don't release unless we have their name and phone number.
If someone is interested in getting that waiver for a 4-year-old class, do they need to sign up for 4-year-old preschool before they do that, or how would they go about registering for which program or the correct program?
They can sign up, and then they will call the office and schedule an assessment, and we try to get those done as soon as possible, so they're aware of what our recommendation would be. So they can sign up, and then just so they can save that spot, because I know, they want to, if they want a certain spot with a certain program, so do that, and then we will let them know our recommendation.
And there's one question that says, my son turned 5 on January 17th. Would he be able to attend DK? And I guess I don't know if that means if he is turning 5 this coming January or just a couple of months ago, but how would they be able to attend DK, I guess, if their birthday falls out of that window of September 1 to December 1?
Our DK program is for a young 5, so the birthday needs to be between May and September. If they waiver in with the Brigance, it goes up to December 1st.
Right. And what happens if a 3-year-old has like a bathroom accident, or any of the students have a bathroom accident while they're at school?
Well, it happens, right. Children have accidents, we realize that. And we'll help them out. We will encourage them to get their clothes changed if they have an accident. We do require that children be potty trained when they start any of our programs. When they start our 3-year-old, our early childhood care, our 4-year-old, they need to be potty trained. But accidents do happen once in a while, and we realize that, and we will help them out by encouraging them to, get their change of clothes. We always want them to have a change of clothes here. So we'll help them out with that. If it's something that they need more assistance with, we would call on the parent.
We've gotten a couple of questions for the tuition and for the childcare. Is that billed monthly, weekly, every other week? How does that work?
So the tuition for our preschool programs are billed monthly, and they're billed at the beginning of the month. That it is due by the 10th of that month. And our early childhood care is every 2 weeks. There is a email that's sent out based the schedule that the parent gives. So they'll receive that email with the bill of what they owe for their schedule.
Can you talk a little bit about food allergies? If somebody has, say, like a peanut allergy, what are the strategies to make sure that they're not accidentally exposed to an allergen?
Well, our school is peanut restricted. So we let parents know that we're not supposed to have peanuts come into the building. And if we do have a child that has an allergy, we make sure in that classroom that the families know that we have restrictions for peanuts. Now our whole building, I mean, we have other programs in our building where kids bring their own food. And so if they're bringing food from home, then we want to make sure that those children that have an allergy are safe. And we, Ms. Stelkoff, you want to talk about what you do in your classroom with children that may have a peanut allergy?
Sure. First of all, I'd like to say with any allergies, it has to be documented by a doctor. You just can't come and tell us your child is lactose intolerant because they don't like milk. It has to be certified by a doctor. Second of all, you have to provide us with documentation of this. And if they need any EpiPens or Benadryl or something like that, again, you have to supply it to the school. We do have a safe EpiPen that is universal for use in the office, but we do need the documentation, and the prescription needs to stay current. So if you give us one in October and expires in December, you are responsible for giving us a current up-to-date one. What we also do is we have paperwork that we fill out in each room that the child might be in. So let's say the child is in my class and it's also in the daycare. We have documentation, the office has documentation, and then daycare would also have documentation. I color code them. That's always listed on a wall in a certain spot, and we take pictures of the child. There is a cover over that documentation, so your child is not exposed. It's kind of kept a secret if you don't want, anybody to know that it is your specific child. So we have a cover over it, but it's easily lifted up to see what the restrictions are for your child. Again, no peanut products. In my classroom, we have everything posted. At the beginning of the year, we send home a list of food that is proper, like fruits and vegetables, crackers, things like that, that would be a good snack, and things that would not be considered a good snack. And again, we post on there that the child may not bring in any type of peanuts. We've had it happen before, like you just bring in peanut butter crackers just because you forgot, and we'll send that snack home back to you unopened, and we will find snack to replace and have the child eat there. They're not allowed to eat it. Also in my class, we use name tags, and on the name tags, there's just a small mark in the right-hand corner that has allergies, and it could be milk, it could be eggs, it could be peanut butter, whatever the situation is. It's just that in case one of the teacher or aides is not there that day and we have a sub, that they are also aware, besides what has been posted, it's also on their name tag as just another reminder. It is also kept in our emergency red bag that we are required to take everywhere. We leave the room, the bag goes with you. You go outside, you go to the gym, you go to the exercise room. The forms are in there, and the EpiPens are right in there. If you cannot provide the school, like I said, if we're sharing a child between preschool and daycare, you cannot afford to have a second EpiPen. We do take the EpiPen from room to room. So we would, Melissa and I would share the EpiPen. We would just make sure that it stays with the child then. and either, be stored then in a safe spot in our classroom, to go back and forth, or it just stays in the medical bag.
All right. I'm trying to keep track of all of the questions. We're getting some really good ones. We've gotten several about the first day. When is it? Does it start the same time as DK through 12th grade school in September? And then also kind of related to that, are they able to come in and see the building and meet the teacher before school starts, before preschool starts?
So the first day of preschool is usually the week after the elementary starts. So, and we, this year we were not able to have families come in for that meet the teacher time that we have always had in the past. And we're gonna have to wait and see what we can do for the beginning of next year. We are always hopeful that we can do that, but we do have to wait and see and make sure that we're doing everything safe and keeping everyone healthy.
If a student has an IEP or needs special education services, can they get that in the tuition programs, or would they need to look into the ECSC program?
That's something that it would depend on the IEP. That would be something that you could call our office and we could talk with our special education team to see if that's something that one of our tuition preschool programs can have. It depends all on what the IEP is for.
Right. Do students get to go outside for recess every day?
They do, but you know what? Sometimes the weather is not very good, so we have locations inside our building for large motor play. We have our big gym and our exercise room, but yes, they do. We take them outside if the weather is appropriate for them to be outside.
If a student has a birthday kind of in the middle of the year, could they start in 3-year-old preschool and transfer into the 4-year-old program?
No, we start them off in one program and that's where they would stay in that program, either 3-year-old or 4-year-old preschool.
We've had several questions about the Focus 4 program. Can you talk a little bit about how they would register for that? And then also, do they need to be Fraser District residents to be in that program?
We start with Fraser residents, so we give the preference to our Fraser residents, but we do take other families in Macomb County. We have one program, so there's a morning and an afternoon, and they have 16 children in the morning, 16 in the afternoon. Most of the children are Fraser residents in that program. To register for the program, you would give us a call. And it's Julie, would you like to talk about how to register for that program?
Generally, I just have people just call and I take their name and number and I pass that along to Mrs. Rice, who is the teacher, and she will contact you when she's ready to start her registration.
There was one question, I'm trying to find it again, about, or we've actually gotten a couple of questions about the Head Start program that is at Dooley. Do they, are they able to do anything through the Dooley Center for registration for that program, or how is that handled?
So the Head Start program, we do have two at our location, a full day one and a morning and afternoon class. The registration for that is done through Macomb County, and we don't have anything to do with their registration. You would have to call the Macomb County Head Start. There is information on our website about the phone number to call for getting a hold of Head Start and their registration. So they take people from Macomb County for those programs, and you can ask them about being located at the Dooley Center.
Do students need to bring in food with them, such as a snack, or is that something that's provided?
We provide a snack. It depends on the program. In childcare, we provide the snack. But in preschool, in our tuition preschool program, parents, well, I guess it depends on the year and what we're doing. We had parents take turns bringing a snack. This year has been a little different because we didn't have items coming in from outside. So we did not have a snack time during our tuition preschool. And then in Focus 4, it is also provided, they're provided a breakfast and a lunch. We did send home with families breakfast and lunch this year. I'm not sure if that's what's going to happen for next year. We have to wait and see. But those are great questions, and we definitely will have those answers.
I know you had said that preschool programs usually start the week after elementary school starts. Is childcare, does it have the same start date, or does that start right after Labor Day?
Childcare starts a little bit sooner than the preschool programs. It doesn't start the day after it starts because that's a half day for our elementaries over there. We start soon after the elementary, so that a couple days after.
Right. This is a really good question. So what safety measures are in place at the school apart from COVID? So like locked doors, are there cameras, all of those kinds of things?
Yes, that is a great question. All of our doors are locked. We keep our building very secure, and we have cameras on the outside of the building, on the inside of the building. In fact, when you come into our Dooley office, we have a camera there, and Ms. Snarsky can talk to you through our little buzzing machine. She has to buzz you in. So this year we had the parents come to the outside or anybody dropping off, so the teachers brought the children in. So we want to keep everyone safe.
All right. What, in addition to the packet that they fill out to register, what else do they need to bring to that registration appointment or when they turn that packet in?
I need the original birth certificate, and if you have a current physical, and I need the updated immunizations. If you don't have a current physical at registration time, as long as you have at least some shot records, we'll take the packet. Otherwise, we can't let them in without those shot records, and the physical is due prior to school starting. You have within 30 days after school has started to get that into me before I have to ask you to hold out until I get it.
Okay. And we did have a question. Can they use the certificate of live birth in order to register while they wait to get the original birth certificate before September?
Yes, but again, you have a time limit on that as well.
And I know there's several questions about finding the link. So I will make sure I will send out an email to everybody who's attending tonight and send out that link to the packet. And then once they fill out the packet, there's a couple questions at step 2 that the online portion of the registration, I believe you said, was not available yet, right?
Correct. I'm going to email it out to everyone who has attended this virtual open house when it is available, and it will be posted on the website too afterwards.
Our bookkeeper is hoping to have it up and running by lunchtime tomorrow. I got an email.
Yes, and I know we have a new bookkeeper. We've had some musical chairs in our business office lately, so just to be patient. And then I think, oh, there was a couple of questions about the curriculum of preschool. So can you talk a little bit about what curriculum you follow? And then the music class, is that like an actual music teacher, or is it just a time in the day where they're listening to music?
Sure. all of our programs, our preschool programs, use creative curriculum. So, Ms. Delkoff, would you like to speak about the curriculum and your music and movement?
Sure. I guess I should maybe start with like a sample of a daily schedule, and that might help you understand the curriculum a little bit. Kratom curriculum uses studies or themes or a area of study for a week, a day, a month, whatever the teacher does. I happen to do a week's worth of a theme or of a study. This whole month, actually, we've been doing authors. So we've been taking different authors and doing the authors' books for the week. So when the children first come in, we always greet them. We try and see, are they having a great morning? It's mezzo mezzo, because you never know how the child is going to come in. We greet them. We have them take off their jackets if they have them, hang up their backpacks, get out folders. They find their seats, get boxes, whatever they need to get ready. Then we'll say good morning to them. And again, it's just nice to hear their own name being said and being able to say, oh yeah, that's what that kid's name was. So they start understanding, the other children and recognizing what their names are. At this point of the game, they're looking, oh, so-and-so sitting next to me, because not only have they done their name recognition, they are also recognizing how to spell their friends' names. So we'll say good morning, and then afterwards in my class we do calendar. Calendar is for patterning. We talk about the days of the week. We do counting. We do left to right progression for reading skills. The 4-year-olds will do a question of the day. So we're talking about less, more, which side is bigger, which side is smaller. Questions can be as simple as, do you have blue on today? Or is there a letter A in your name? Did you have ice cream last night? It's just something simple like that they can say yes or no to, and then we count them. After that, we usually read a book, and the books tend to, like I said, correlate with the study. So we'll do that, and then after that, in a non-COVID, I do centers, which is 2 teacher-led and 2 child-led centers. Right now during COVID, we've had to, switch everything around. So now we're doing a lot of group activities where the children are spaced out. So we're doing 2 projects, and in between this time of the 2 projects, that's when I do my music and movement, because they've already sat to say good morning, they've already sat to do the calendar, they've already sat to do a project, and that's already a lot of sitting for a 3 and 4-year-old. So that's when I do my movement and music, and we use different things. We'll use scarves. This week our 2 songs that we've been doing is Stomp and Clap and Run and Walk. So it's just in place, and they're getting, their energy, a little bit of gross motor out, so they can sit down for the next task, because at this age, again, it's a long period for them to sit down. So then we'll do our second project, and then we'll clean up, and then it's my turn, because we each have an assigned time for the gym, exercise room, and to go outside. So then we'll get whatever we need to go outside, jackets or whatever we need to go into the next activity, and we do that for at least 20 minutes. Hopefully, if the weather's nice and nobody else is coming, we can stretch it out a little bit. Then we'll come back in, and then we get to play in our room. We have free time or choice time, which again is another great social skill for the children to be able to, like at the beginning of the year, I played with, this boy, and they don't know who it is. And by the end of the year, like I said, they already know who they're sitting next to, and they can tell you all about their friend, and what they did. And they're planning sleepovers now, and all kinds of,
fun activities that they think, and all we say is, well, you have to talk to your moms, talk to your grown-ups and see what they have to say. But it's nice that they're socially now. It always happens, you know, after we come back from Christmas. So it's really nice to see that there's friendships and social skills have truly blossomed. After that, we will do a matching game or some counting or some reason to get up and go get your coat and, you know, pack your backpack. It could be something as simple as, can you spell your first name? What street do you live on? Things like that. We're trying to give them skills so they can be independent and realize mom's name isn't mom. You know, so just things like that we try and work on. And then bam, it's time to go home. The day is done. One of my little friends this afternoon, matter of fact, said, we're getting our jackets. Time is done. I said, yeah. And he said, it was too short. So you can tell he really enjoyed school today, and he doesn't want it to end. So that's a sample. So we work on scissor skills, we work on counting, we work on saying the alphabet. And parents, let me tell you, say the alphabet. We don't sing it in kindergarten. You don't sing it. There's no and in between Y and Z. We work on a lot of skills and a lot of projects. You don't see what the reasoning is behind it, but if we sat you down, we said, these are all the skills that your child used to make this project, you would be surprised. So every day is a learning day. We change gears. Today, my aide and I decided last minute, oh, this would be great with this project, and we had it already made and off to the side, and we took ants and we put 100 ants up on the walls today. So it was very fun. And can they recognize an 87? No, but I would say 80 and then point to the number and they would say 7. So we were together saying 87. So again, it's just a skill that we were working on. We were working on recognition of a number, trying to all work together as a team to get the numbers up from 1 to 100. They were having fun. They just thought it was cool. We were putting, you know, sticking things on the wall, and they were learning a lot of different skills by doing this activity.
All right, and I know that time is running out, so I think one great question to end on is there anything that parents and guardians should be doing now to help teach their children and get them ready for preschool?
Read to them. That's so important. Just that love of reading and just enjoy reading. Have a good time reading to them. Ms. Delkoff, help get them.
Archie's Reading Month. You get prizes. You know, get out there, read. So many studies show, yes, that the children who are being read to, their vocabulary skills are so much higher and greater, and their comprehension, being able to, you know, it's as simple as going for a walk, point out, do you see the numbers on the house? Do you see the letters on the name of the street? Do you have any of those letters in your name? It's not that hard to do. When you're driving, look at the big M for McDonald's, for Myers. It's all environmental print. It's just a few minutes and your child is captive in the car. You can pretty much do what you want. Make them count, make them, you know, look at the license plates. Reading. You need reading for every aspect of your life.
All right. And then is there a certain cutoff, real quick, I'll get this in. When does registration open? And then is there a certain day that closes?
We don't have a day that it closes. We continually take it until we do stop when we fill up on a class. And at the end of December, January, that time frame after school has started, we do have a cutoff then. But we are starting to take registrations now. You can sign up for coming in to turn in your paperwork. And that is going to be the first step of getting on our list in a program. And then we will send out that link to do the online registration. I will be sending out an email. Kristen, you mentioned sending out an email. We'll send all those links to you so you have that and that paperwork, so you have that information right in front of you in an email.
If you
Right.
don't have printing opportunities, there are packets here in the office that you can come and get.
All right. Well, thank you all. You guys did a great job.
Thank you, everyone, for attending. We appreciate it, and we certainly hope that you visit our website. We're going to have this posted on our website, our slideshow, and you can share it with your friends and families, because we would love for you to be part of our Dooley family and share with everyone else. Let them know that you're going to be part of the Dooley family, and we would like your friends and family to be part of the Dooley family too. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful night.